everybody, welcome. It's Timmy here with Chalk Couture, and we have a special treat tonight because I can't wait to share with you. Let's see if I know what I'm doing here. There we go. Hi, it's Timmy, and I'm really excited because I get to share with you my absolute favorite Chalk Couture tool of the season. Just got this tool in when we released our new spring summer catalog, which, by the way, if you haven't gone to check it out on my website, you definitely want to. There are so many awesome project ideas in this spring summer catalog that you are sure to find something that you're going to love for your home, to give as gifts, and to get ready for the holidays, spring holidays. So many cute things. So I can't wait to share all of those fun ideas with you as you join me live. If you're new to Chalk Couture and you're not already working with a designer, I would love it if you would hit the share button down there on your screen and share this video with others that you think might enjoy it. And I'd really love it, honestly, if you would just hang out and chat with me and give some comments, some thumbs up and hearts if you find things that you like. And let's just figure out how we can make some awesome DIY home decor together. If you like what you see and you want to learn more about Chalk Couture or even what it means to be a Chalk Couture designer, be sure to connect up with me. I have a group that I have put together that gives you all the details and information about becoming a designer. So if you want to learn how to make a little extra money and be your own boss, just type and join in the comments while you're watching, and I'll be sure to send you that info so that you can take a peek at it on your own time whenever you're ready. As I said, this is so exciting because I get to play tonight a little bit with this new tool. So let's show you what we're going to be working on and the tool that I'm talking about. I'm going to just change our view here a little so that you can see everything, I hope. Maybe I'll put this over here today. I'm going to move me over to the other corner, and here we go. Let's move some of this other stuff off the screen so we can see what we're doing. So as you can see, this is time to go. Cute, totally cute snowman that we did with our chalk on our chalkboard surface. But I am ready to let go of snow and ready to embrace spring. So you're probably wondering, how am I going to get this off of the chalkboard? And I am so excited to show you how darn simple it is. We have just come out with this brand new tool. It is called a paste scraper. And it is going to make quick work out of taking the chalk off of this surface. And literally, we're going to have a clean board to work with and add a new design on. Now, if you're new to Chalk Couture and you've never seen us work with chalk before, we have these gorgeous chalk pastes that we use, and they come in a wide variety of colors. We have more than 9 colors right now out. 5 new on vogue colors, which all are back in stock. They were really excited spring colors, and they all came back in stock just a few hours ago. This was the white that we used when we did our snowman. And you can see a little bit of our orange peel here, but otherwise pretty simple, straightforward. But this is a paste that is made out of chalk, and it goes on wet. You can see it's kind of soupy a little bit. You want it to definitely be kind of soupy, kind of like the consistency of sour cream or yogurt is a really good consistency. And we use it to spread across the surface of our silkscreen transfers. That's what leaves these beautiful designs. And then once it dries, after a couple of minutes, it dries hard. And it's not coming off, as you see on my hands. I can scrub till the cows come home with my hands, and it is not coming off. But If you do want to take it off because you want to change out the design, and that's one of the most fabulous things I think about Chalk Couture is that you have that capability to do that, then all you need to do, oh, let me just mute, there we go. All you need to do is use this fabulous little scraper tool. So let me show you just how easy it is. Really, there are a couple of tools that I'm going to recommend for this. This is our water mister. And this sprays water onto the surface. It also is really great for adding in water to your paste jars when they start to get a little thick, as chalk will do when it dries. It'll thicken up a little, so water will help kind of keep it to the consistency that we want. So we have our water mister. Of course, we have our paste scraper. We have one of our board erasers, and I'll confess this board eraser has been used for things other than erasing my boards. As a matter of fact, I'm a huge Converse sneaker lover, and I use them to clean up my Converse a little bit before I threw them in the wash, and they worked really great. These are great for everything from cleaning walls and fingerprints, and of course cleaning our chalkboards. It's also really great for cleaning off our transfers. It really does make work well. Easy. And then I have a fuzzing cloth, and that's really just so that we can kind of clean up any remaining residue. The other thing I have here, by the way, is a paper towel. I love my paper towels, and it's going to help me clean up the leftover chalk residue that's going to be here. So all I'm doing is I'm just misting my board with water. Now notice that it is not taking the chalk off just simply by spraying it with water. It's going to need a little elbow grease. And instead of having to worry about scrubbing it all off, that's where this awesome tool comes into play. So this little tool is only $5.99. It's a great deal, and it's super easy to use. And of course, any of these things that you see are available on my Chalk Couture website for purchase if you want to go grab some. So here we go. We're going to simply just use our paste scraper, and look, voila, we are scraping off the paste. Now you'll see that there's some residue being left behind, but don't you worry. I'm going to show you exactly how this tool in conjunction with our board eraser is going to make this really easy to clean up. Now I like to kind of scoop all of my chalk residue here into one center area. You can do whoop, you can just do one big scoop, whatever you want. There's really no rhyme or reason one certain way that you have to do it. But we're just going to scoop that up. And then this is where that paper towel comes into play. I'm just going to take my paper towel and I'm going to just scoop up this excess chalk puddle, really, right? And that's it. All right, you're thinking, all right, now it kind of looks like a little bit of a mess. And it does, but that's okay. We're going to show you one more little spritz. And then a damp board eraser, and watch. We have cleaned up the residue and any remains of the design. Now, I can definitely see a little bit of the leftover snowman design. So I'm just going to take my fuzzing cloth now, sorry for the shaking, and just dry it off. And there you go. Now we have a beautifully new, clean surface to work with. Easy, easy, easy. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is one of the reasons why I really like working with our Chalk Couture surfaces. Not only are they really easy to clean up with these tools that I just showed you, quick, right? Super simple. But they also really don't have that ghosting effect that you tend to get with less expensive or lesser quality chalkboard surfaces. So if you're really looking for a good chalkboard surface that you can use over and over again, you really can't go wrong with Chalk Couture surfaces. And this is just one of many different designs of chalkboards that we offer. This is actually called our Grayson board, and it's our medium-sized Grayson board. It is 12 by 18, and it can go horizontal or it can go vertical. It does have hangers on the back for either way. So we've got the hanger here or the hanger here. so you can definitely go in either direction when you're using this board. I think that I am ready to move on with spring and move away from winter. So my plan is to use this big guy, this big transfer here, which at the bottom, it's called our Plant Dreams Flower Packets transfer. And this is the largest transfer size that we offer. We call it a size E, and it's 18 by 24. But it's got multiple pieces. And it's got this beautiful saying here, plant dreams, pull weeds, and grow a happy life. And it's got these cute little seed packets, including a zinnia and an allium and a bird's eye, a dahlia. So all these beautiful flower packet ideas. And I think that's what I'm going to use on this board. Now this takes a little bit of time because this is what we call a layering transfer, meaning that it has multiple layers, and we're going to use different colored chalk paste to give that layered look, that layered design. And what's nice about this particular large transfer is that you can and want to cut it up and use the individual pieces as you need to. The first piece of the seed packet is this guy right here. This is kind of the basic outline of the seed packet. So this is the largest screen and the one that's going to take the most time to dry. This is the first layer. And then we'll put the second layer on with some embellishments of a third layer. And they are marked actually for you with a letter and a number, so you know which ones go with which. Now, I am particularly in love with allium. Those are those big purple pom-pom type flowers that come out in the spring. I believe they are perennials, and if any of you are out there and you are experts in seed packets, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they come up year after year in the spring, and I think they'll even spread, because they're kind of a bulb, I think, they are just fabulous. They're so glorious when they are in bloom. They don't last very long. That's always the problem, right, with gorgeous flowers sometimes, but they are beautiful. And this dahlia is also a gorgeous option. So I think these are the two flower packets that I'm going to play with here today and show you how you can put these together. And I think, of course, we're going to use that gorgeous saying here as well. My guess is we could probably easily fit another packet here if we needed to, because we've got a pretty good sized surface. And you know what's great is any of these guys could actually be used on even any of our smaller boards. Like, so if you didn't really want to do a big board like this and you'd prefer to work on a smaller surface, like say our board and base, you totally could. And this would be cute on the board and base. My board and base got painted, as you see here, so I painted it by accident. But it could totally work on this board and base, and it'd be super cute. And maybe that's what we try. You know what? Just for ha-has, just so that we can show you how this layering process works. Let's do that. Can we do the allium though? Because I really like that one. I'm going to do that one. How's that? And I'm going to show you a beautiful color that I think you're really going to like. Hey, I see Anna and Courtney are watching. Welcome, guys. This is going to be my last live, I think, for a little more than a week, guys, because as you probably have seen me talk about, I am getting ready to go on my cruise that I earned from Couture. I am super, super, super excited about it. It leaves on Sunday, and we're getting ready to head out tomorrow night to catch our flight early on Saturday morning. And it was a trip that I earned for both my husband and myself. So we're going to get to go away for a whole week, which I'm really excited about it. But I'm really going to miss chalking. I gotta tell you, I'm going to totally miss it. So you'll see a few videos around that I've done for you while I'm gone. And I'll try every now and then to try to poke in to see what's happening, but I didn't do the internet package, so I won't be online very often, I don't think. I know, Karen's so excited. Thank you so much. So just to show you how these seed packets work, I'm just going to do a quick little demo here for you. Remember I said that this was going to be our first layer. Our second layer is going to be the one that's marked with the number 1, and you can see that maybe in the corner there, E1. And then this is the embellishments, E2. Now notice that there are these little registration marks at the top. They all have these little registration marks, and that's so that you know where to line this up so that it works just perfectly. So as we know, we want to have our fuzzing cloth nearby here. Whoops. Turn it around to the terry cloth piece. It's so much easier when I'm doing a live working on a small surface than that big one, right? Fuzz it. We want to fuzz it just to pick up a little bit of lint on the back of your transfer. We know the routine, right? You've watched me before, you probably know. And that's just so that it's going to make it easy for us to pull this up from the surface once we've chalked it. And again, the reason why we want to do that is that these transfers are reusable, and if we take good care of them, we'll be able to use them about 8 to 10 times. And one of the things that we'll want to do to take care of them is make sure we don't stretch them out. So fuzzing them helps us to ensure that we don't stretch our transfer. Now I know I have a few flower lovers out there among you all. I wonder if you're going to love this allium as much as I am going to enjoy it. I hope you do. Got my squeegee here. Now, I don't think it's totally perfectly straight, but I am totally not losing sleep over that. It's one of those things I do not get really too concerned about. Now you can use a bright white, or if you wanted to kind of have a vintagey look, the almond would be really pretty too. That's kind of like a light off-white, I guess I should say. Almond color, that makes sense, right? And what we're doing is we're just pulling the chalk paste across the entire surface of the screen. So this area where we're seeing the chalkboard through, that's the area that we want our chalk paste to go. The area that's green, obviously, that is the adhesive area, and we don't need to worry about putting chalk there. We do want to get these registration marks, though, so that when we pull this up and it dries, we know where to put our next layer so everything lines up just perfect. So that's what the purpose of those registration marks are for, just so that it lines up nice and perfect. See, I already got stuff on me. And when you go and you pull up your transfer, just be sure that you pull it up from the center. Again, that just helps to ensure that you are not stretching that transfer. You want to have a nice clean release. Voila. And now we've got this perfect square here. I'm just going to lay this right back down on my backer sheet here until I'm ready to clean it. And I can leave that off to the side for a while I'm working on the rest of this. No, it's not going to hurt it to leave it there. Now, because we want to kind of show you how this works, we want this to dry pretty quickly. If we let it air dry, it'll probably take about 5 to 7 minutes. And the reason why that's a long time actually in our chalk world here, because usually it's more like 2 or 3 minutes. But because this is a big area, this is a big open area, this is going to take a little bit longer to dry. So if you want to hurry things along, you can grab a heat tool like this, or a hair dryer if you have that. And I'm going to use that just so that things can kind of move along a little bit more quickly. Just be careful when you're using a heat tool, because heat tools are, as you imagine, hot. And One, you don't want to burn yourself, and two, you don't want to get it so close that you burn your board. So we want to just go ahead and keep moving this heat tool around until this gets dry. I often get asked, how do I know when it's dry? And it's some by look. You can see that instead of it looking glossy, it starts to look like a matte color. And some of it is honestly by touch. So you can start to see that generally speaking, it starts to dry first along the edges. So I'll bet you if I touch that, it's going to be dry, and it is. That was from before, we know that, right? Here, let me clean it off so we know. Here we go. There we go. Clean my finger. Okay. I see some streaks here, which makes me think that it's still not totally dry. And with layering, that's the key. You want to make sure it is totally dry, okay? So let's give this another little blast. And just make sure that it is definitely dry. All right, it feels pretty good. Now, it kind of gets a little of a raised surface when you've chalked on something. And we're definitely feeling that raised surface. That feels pretty good to me. So I think we're probably ready to move on to our next layer. Now, we definitely want, I think, some purple for these beautiful flowers. The question is, what do we want to do with the words and the border? Do we want to do a different color? Maybe black? What do we think? Or do we want to do some green? You know, I'm in love with this pesto. I've been using it a lot lately. Maybe the green would look really pretty. I also have some black for the words. I might want to do that. That's not pesto. Let's see if I can find my pesto. We have a wonderful little caddy here, another great tool where I can store my chalk paste. So you can see it holds. And there's my pesto. It holds 9 jars on this side and 9 jars on the other side. So if you're starting a paste collection, this is a fun storage tool. So you can see, here's the other side. There you go. And this too is available. It's called the color case. As a matter of fact, we have a special going on right now for chalk pastes. If you are just dying and love to see all these great chalk paste colors, then you might really love this special, because we have until the end of the month 20% off all chalk pastes, even the brand new ones, even the shimmers. Everything is 20% off, but it's only available to people who have subscribed to Club Couture. Club Couture, you're thinking, what is that? Well, that is our monthly subscription program where you would receive a exclusive transfer and 3 little chalk paste singles of coordinating colors to make that month's design right in the comfort of your own home. It is just $19.99 a month, and you can become a Club Couture member just by signing up on my website. Once you've done that, then you can log in and take advantage of that 20% off sale. If you join my Special Style Innovators group, actually, when you become a Club Couture subscriber, I should say, you actually have an opportunity to join my special group for just my subscribers, where I have some other special deals and offers, and I have one for those of you that take advantage of that chalk paste offer. So it might have something to do with like getting a color case. It just might. So if you think that's a cool little tool, check that out. Message me if you have questions. there are certain things I'm allowed to say publicly and other things that have to be done in my private group, and specials are one of them. So I'm not trying to be coy. I just need to make sure that I am maintaining what I'm supposed to in terms of keeping in compliance, and that's really important. We want to make sure that everyone is treated fairly in the company. So I have this purple. We have a brand new purple that I have not had a chance to order yet. It's called Wisteria, and it's a kind of a beautiful, lovely, light purple color, which I don't think we've had. It's one of our new En Vogue colors. This is an older purple color that I had. It's no longer available. It's called, I think it's Orchid. Yes, Orchid. It's totally one of my faves, but it is no longer available, so unfortunately you can't grab that one, but the Wisteria is quite pretty. Now in my little tool bag over here, I have some smaller squeegees that I'm going to pull out, and I'm also going to pull out my multi-tool because I might need that. Looks like I didn't do a very good job of cleaning it off when I used it last, so I'm just going to take that board eraser and clean it so it's ready to go. All right, and now we are ready to do our next layer. So same thing, we're going to peel it back from the backer sheet. We're going to put it on our fuzzing cloth over here and fuzz it. And then we're going to use those registration marks to line some things up. These are pretty sticky, which I'm really happy about, because honestly when we first open them and they aren't very sticky, I'm always worried that they won't last as long as I want them to. The stickier they are, the better, really. So these transfers have been pretty sticky. Now I'm just going to move this a little closer to me, and I might actually even, I'm going to change our view here for a sec. Oops, let's see. No, you don't seem to see me. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to move myself out of the way here for a minute so I can stand up, and you will be able to get a glimpse at what I'm doing here. There's that registration mark. And where's the other one? Oh, I definitely was crooked, I think. Registration mark. Where is that other registration mark? There it is. Okay, that's lined up and that's lined up. Excellent. So that's what that registration mark does. It helps me to know where to line this up so that it's going to be right in that square. So even if I don't have it perfectly aligned, or I didn't cut this perfectly well, it's no worries, because I use those registration marks to make sure that it's right in the center of that square. That's really all we are hoping to do there. Let me just do one thing here, give you a little closer view. All right, there we go. That's better, right? Okay, and so I think what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to use the purple for the flowers. And then I think we're going to use green all the way around. Although we were talking about the black here. What do you think? Should we try to do the black there? Maybe we will. So I'm going to start there. You know what? I didn't stir this black, and I want to. I think it needs a little bit of a stir. Maybe even a little bit of water. Let me just grab a stir stick. Guys, I'm a little punchy. I got to tell you, I got like 3 million things on my mind to get accomplished before I leave. I'm excited, but you know how travel is. You get excited, but you also are like making sure you remember everything, right? If you have any excellent travel tips for me, I'm always happy to hear them. Even though I travel a lot, I think I'm always learning some tips and techniques that work best. And I always love getting some from you all, so if you have some for me, tell me. All right, so here we go. I'm just laying this on a little bit thick because I have a couple other colors that I want to work with, and I don't want to pull this up. So I'm going to take my green next, and I'm going to go around and do this area here. Oops, got a little black on there, but that's all right. And remember, we've got the white underneath here, so I'm hoping that this green is really going to pop on that white. I guess we'll find out, right? If we like it or not. The worst thing that can happen is we don't like how it comes out and we erase it and we do it again, right? It's one of the great things about chalk couture. It's really hard to make a mistake. And one person's mistake is another person's beauty, right? The beauty is in the eye of the beholder, for sure. Oops, and I didn't even need that multi-tool. Kind of skipped it. I was thinking I was going to use it for the outside edges, but didn't bother. All right, and then we've got this beautiful purple. So just a thing you just want to move a little quickly, just so that none of your other colors that you're working on dry before you're ready to pull up. The black was the color I did first, so hopefully it's still damp enough here. Now, if I am a little nervous about that, I can just go back over it and make sure. So that always is a good option. The same thing with the green. If I want to take off any excess, I can. And now I think we're ready to pull and reveal the design and pray that we don't pull up any of our white. And the key really is to just pull back gently and slowly. Now you can see the black isn't totally perfect, nor is the green, but I gotta tell you, I think it kind of adds to that rustic-y, kind of vintagey look that I think is really kind of cool with this seed packet. So I'm not going to worry too much. I'm going to kind of let that be like that. Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool? Kind of gives it that little rustic-y look. And then the third layer is this guy. And that's going to give a little bit more definition to the inside of that flower. But again, we don't need to make sure that this part is dry before we add that definition in. And then I think we have to decide what colors we're going to make that definition, which I don't know. I haven't even thought about that yet. I think I need my paper towel here to put my dirties. There we go. I don't think it's going to be white, so I think we can go ahead and close up our white for sure. And I don't think we're going to be using the black. So you can definitely still see it. I think I kind of like that rustic-y look. I gotta admit. So I think I'm going to leave that be. And then we're going to do one more layer, and then we'll be done with this project. I'm telling you, so much is going through my mind at this particular moment. I feel a little dizzy. I woke up this morning feeling a little dizzy, and I thought, what is that dizziness about? And I have a feeling it's just, you know, all this that's going on in my mind, getting ready for the trip and packing and finishing up my work day. Lots going on. Lots going on. We had a big bulk garbage. Oh my gosh, I cannot even speak. Pickup today, and I had to worry about getting a couch and a mattress out to the curb. There's always just so much going on in life, isn't there? All right, so let's just grab this, give this one more shot of heat. Oh, you don't know what I'm doing. Let's try that again. There we go. And then let's figure out what we're going to do to give this flower a little bit of definition. Trying to see my color choices and making a decision here about which ones we want to use. I don't know what's inside the allium. Anybody know? What color would make that kind of pop? Let's see what's on this side that's calling me. Oh, How about are marvelous. Just to add a little definition inside there. Or we could do this kind of funny green. This is the new Citrus Splash. I think maybe we should try that. That's going to be kind of interesting. Let's try it. Sorry, that was a very funny look on my face that you saw there. That's what happens when you're tired and silly and crazy, right? All right, thankfully I have plenty of stirring sticks hiding in this little bag of tricks. So we're going to use that to stir this up. And I think a little water will be good. This consistency is a little bit more like mousse, chocolate mousse. There we go, that's better. It's definitely feeling a little thicker. Not thick in a bad way, but just like more like a chiffon. I don't know. But yeah, see, it's good. It's good. All right, and then here we go. This last layer. It's right here. We're going to grab that. And see, this went a little long because I was really just going to give you a paste scraper demonstration, but I got carried away with this cute flower packet and had to show you how this layering technique worked. So I hope you're enjoying it. Happy to have you here with me, as always. And again, I'm going to stand up so that just so that we can line up those registration marks again. I should give that a little finger touch. That feels fine. And all we're doing is, there's that line. There we go. So all we're doing is just adding a little definition to that flower. So we can use our tool now for that. I think there's just a little bit here. There's some little areas that we want to add a little pop of color to. And that is that. And same thing, just when you pull it back, just do so gently and slowly so you don't peel back the color. Yeah, and that just gave it a little bit more definition. That's all it did. Now, if I wanted to fix this, I could lay my previous design back over it and do that, but as I said, I kind of like this rusticy look, so I'm leaving it just as is. And I don't know if you can see any of that little citrus splash, but just gave it a little bit of a pop of color. That was it. That was all it did. So that's it. We can put this right on our base, and voila, with a little pretty ribbon. Then we are set to go. Of course, we want to erase those little registration marks. We don't need them anymore. They were just to give us a guideline on where to set up our next layer. And that's it. We're done. So I hope you had fun watching. I always have fun showing you how you can use Couture in a variety of different ways. If you saw anything that you like, or you want to order any of the products that you saw today, you can definitely do so on my website. Great thing about ordering from my website is that it'll ship directly to you, so you can just go on and order online, and Couture will deliver it to you. So even though I won't be around for the next week or so, your orders will get to you. I am hoping that I get to spend a little more time chalking if possible, and seeing my walls get recovered and my winter things removed. So hopefully the next time you see me, I'll have some more spring designs over there. But until then, take good care. Carrie, yes, I know it's very subtle, and I definitely will take a still picture. I think with white behind it, I think you'll be able to see it a little bit better too. It's very, very subtle, but I think it came out kind of cute. So hope you like it, everybody. Take good care. Bye.